Well, Merry Christmas, Pickup.
Merry Christmas, Roy.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Very good, right?
Yeah.
Best day of the year, ain't it?
It surely is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, welcome, folks, to the Spit Cup and Roy show. This is your Christmas edition, 2020.
Yeah.
And the show is brought to you by...
Oh, new sponsor.
We got a new sponsor.
Yeah. Hey, moving up, people.
Yeah. We're coming on with the come on. You know what I'm saying, babe? So, today's show is brought to you by the National Meat Busters Association. Busting meat since 1978.
Well, that's a long time.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know.
They're just out there making it happen, huh?
You dang right. If there's any kind of meat to be busted, they're going to bust it.
Yeah. So that all kinds.
All kinds of meat.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
any kind, all types, shapes, and sizes.
Yeah.
If you've got meat that needs to be busted, give them a call.
Okay. Oh, so they'll come out and they'll do
it
for you.
It's a mobile service.
They'll do it for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just got to pick up that phone, right?
I know it, man.
Since 78, though, man, that's quite a while.
Yeah,
that's
is.
very good. Well, they must be good at it if
Yeah.
they've been doing it that long.
I wonder if they started out and they wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like they wasn't as good and they got better over time,
Well,
or were they just good? Like it was just natural to them.
I'm assuming they got better with practice. You know,
Yeah.
You're usually not good at anything soon as you first start off.
Yeah.
Right. Whether it be busting meat or anything.
Yeah.
Right?
So but I figured that, in the event that you're busting meat, that it would be natural. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even have to think about it. It just it just happens, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah. But I mean,
I'm sure over time they got better.
Yeah, but you look back and you're like, man, I couldn't bust worth a dang then.
Yeah.
Well, I can. I can now.
Yeah. I thought I was busting meat then, but I'm really busting it now,
Well, thank you for that sponsorship.
Yeah,
we
thank you. We appreciate it.
Keep it going. And we'll do what we can. We'll get y'all's name out there, see if we can get that membership up. Get some more folks signing up. So very good.
Yeah, and he did want me to add that if you want to become a member,
okay,
right, that all you have to do is fill out an application and express your enjoyment and love and passion for busting meat, and you can become a member pretty easily. So, anyways,
very good.
So, what do we have on the shout outs today, man? I mean,
so our Friday edition, our Christmas edition. For our shout outs, this is going to be a little near and dear to me, right? As I've said before, right? I spent 24 years in our great United States Air Force. Loved every minute of it, right?
Thank you.
Along the way, I stationed all kinds of places with all kinds of different people, right? And some folks, they just kind of stick with you. And, hey, let's, there's some crew fields out there that you look back and you're like, man, I'm glad I was never one of those. I'm glad I never did that.
Mm-hmm.
Not that.
What'd you look back on? Like what made you think I'm glad I didn't do that?
Well, one of them, to me, is bless their heart. You see it either every weekend or every holiday or every crappy bad weather day.
Yeah.
Right. No matter what, if you were going on base, right, you had your Air Force security forces folks, guys and gals, sitting out at that gate. Bringing traffic in, letting traffic out,
man.
So it doesn't matter. You knew, you're like, oh, man, we got a 3-day weekend coming up. Oh, we got a 4-day weekend coming up. Guess who does it? Probably those Air Force defenders. Or like you'd mentioned before, right, if your unlucky fireman was on duty for 4th of July, he couldn't take it off, right?
Right.
You had to make it up somewhere else maybe, but so... Right, so Air Force Security Forces folks, right? They do get raw deals all the time, right? And so whether it's your first day on the job out there for security forces and you're stuck at the main gate working, directing traffic in the middle of the summer during an air show, and you're the young kid, so you're way out by the traffic light with no cover, and you're just standing there, just waving cars in, right? So you may be doing that, or you may be a tech school instructor down in San Antonio, where these guys and gals go through school, and you're pushing your flight through, your squad through, and you're doing maneuvers in the woods, and you mess around and lose your squad. You know what I mean? So, right, that could be a bad day.
Yeah.
You know, if you're if you're a defender, or hey, you may be, you know what I'm saying, stationed over in like Aviano Air Base in Italy, and you're supposed to be patrolling the flight line, and take a little time for yourself, and you want to read a Vogue magazine or something. You know what I mean?
Vogue.
Right. So do what you need to do to make it through your day, right?
Yeah.
But hey, these defenders, Christmas time, they're going to be working the gate. I know what we used to do sometimes, roll up there and, hey, man, you guys want a pizza, or, hey, you guys want some cookies or whatever, do what you can for them, So, because those guys are doing what they can every day to, to keep the people and the assets on the base safe and secure, from the scum of the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
and also, people need to think about them during these holidays. There's a lot of folks overseas that ain't getting to spend quality time with their family and kids.
Yeah, there's a handful of big holidays that either I was deployed for, my wife was deployed for, we were both deployed. You don't get to make it up. You just, hey, that's just a part of the. We never griped and complained during it because, hey, we knew we were never drafted. We signed up for.
You signed up for. So.
Right. So there was never a big shock when, hey, it's Christmas. We're going to be in Iraq. Well, yeah, I know. Calm down. It's okay.
This isn't a news flash.
Yeah. So, hey, Air Force defenders, hey, keep doing what you're doing out there. And this is really kind of a special shout out to you guys from one of y'all's zone, right? So we want to say 2 very big thumbs up from Chief Casey, right? AKA Big Ben Stalker, right? She'll know what that is. AKA Hammer Thumbs. You know what I mean? So
Hammer Thumbs.
Yeah, she says, "Make us proud, defenders. Defensor Fortis." So there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
So stay safe, everybody.
All right. Well, I tell you what, as promised, all right, as advertised and promised, we've got the Twas the Night Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Spit Cup and Roy style.
Now, I'm going to say I've been looking forward to this ever since we started the show, right? You've been teasing me with it a little bit, a little here, a little there, but now I'm about to get all of it, huh?
Oh, yeah. The whole thing. All right, so here we go, folks.
Let's hear it.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the woods, not a coon was stirring like a raccoon should. Boots by the back door, next to the shoes, all nice and ready for the dogs to chew.
All the time.
The kids all snuggled, asleep in the shed. Visions of squirrel dumplings danced in their heads. Ready for morning and what it might bring. I'm trying to sleep. My wife's trying to clean.
All the time, man.
When all of a sudden, there was a big kaboom. Papaw shot a buck from the window living room.
Dadgummit, Papaw!
With a spotlight in one hand and rifle in the other, he turns with a grin. There's our Christmas supper.
There you go.
Mama hollers, screams, farts, and coughs. That ain't a deer. Dadgummit, you shot Rudolph.
Oh, Papaw.
As we run to go see, and Papaw's still bragging. Down jumps a fat man from an old rusty wagon.
Yeah.
He yelled and moaned, hollered and cussed, and said, couldn't you find some other meat to bust?
He must have known Papaw was a member.
He's a member. So Papaw knew he was on the naughty list now. He wanted to scrap with Santa, but Mama wouldn't allow.
Oh, Mama.
So they shook hands and called it a truce. Santa left a few gifts and chunked up the deuce.
See it.
After cleaning Rudolph, we all hit the sack. And underneath the covers, a fart crept up my back.
I bet that stank.
As the clock turns and Christmas Day begins, I took my old dip out and put a new one in.
Yeah. Hey, you can't keep them in forever.
Gotta stay fresh, man.
Yeah.
Kids grabbed the presents and tore them all apart. And I got some new underwear without the skid marks.
That's about time, I tell you.
The stockings were full of jerky for every girl and boy. Mer Christmas to all y'all from Spit Cup and Roy.
Yeah, that just sounds like a regular old weekend.
Yeah.
Around your place.
I know it, man.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, so that's hopefully we can, hopefully we can get that out there and let as many people as possible hear that.
Yeah, I mean that's a little spin on it, right? Because
Yeah.
hey, not everybody is Christmas the same, around their place, around your place, around our place.
Yeah, so the real "'twas the night before Christmas" doesn't apply everywhere.
I don't have sugar plums in my head.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And
or stirring mouses or whatever.
I'm pretty sure around here, if Santa Claus pulled up, it wouldn't be in a sled.
No,
it's going to be in a big 4-wheel drive pickup or a wagon.
There ain't no snow around here. Right?
No snow to have a sled.
Yeah. So a wagon just makes sense.
Yeah.
Probably ain't gonna have reindeer either. Probably gonna have some mules or something. Pulling that thing.
Have some Black Angus pulling it.
Yeah.
So anyway, also today's Friday, and we usually do a segment called "It's All Fun and Games Until."
Oh yeah.
Okay. So
what do you got for us today, Spit Cup?
Well, I have to explain just a little tidbit of it.
So you're going to give us some backstory on it?
Or? Not too much. It's just going to try. I'm trying to put a picture in your head.
Okay. Yeah.
So, if you see a feller that needs to go to the bathroom very urgently, and he takes off running, holding his butt with one hand and maybe his pants with the other,
like that tight cheek shuffle.
Yeah, kind of the whatever the.
He's clenched up in the back.
Yeah. when he takes off running.
Yeah.
Okay? It's all fun and games until he stops running and starts walking.
I guess he's got to a point. There ain't no point in running no more.
Too late,
right?
buddy. Trouser chilly.
Yeah, he's already found himself a case of the mud bugs.
Yeah, now he went from the what'd you call it? The tight butt cheek shuffle to now the walk of shame.
Yeah.
So just remember that, folks. Like we always say too, our show is informative. In fact.
Yeah. So all fun and games until.
Mm-hmm. Don't wait.
No, if you've gotten yourself.
If you gotta go, if you feel it, you're busy. Don't be too busy to not go.
I can't think of too many things that I would, honestly say. When they say, "Hey, Roy, why did you, mess yourself?" Well, I was too busy doing that. I can't think of too many things that I would put on that list of I was too busy to go, take care of this.
It seems like every time I get busy, right? Every time I get busy doing something, I'm like, crap. I gotta go crap.
Yeah, it just gets in the way.
Even like when you're deer hunting or something, you get out there and you're like, oh my god.
Because you're like, right before you leave, you're like, man, should I go?
It's always a question, right? It's always like, should I?
Yeah. Because if you mess around and you, well, let me try to go, and you get in there and you get all grunting and pushing, and you get, you fissure yourself, and now you got more problems back there.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh man, now I'm bleeding. You mess around and push too hard. You know what I mean? So now it's worse. So
yeah. Now you're sitting in your deer stand wondering if you're gonna die. Is this the end?
Yeah.
And none of that happens though. You better hope that you wake up and you're not in a hurry, or that you have time.
Oh yeah.
To actually.
Oh yeah. Don't
consider.
Wake up a little late, and now you gotta. Yeah. Do I have time to? Can I even fit this in?
Mm-hmm.
before I'm late for work or before my wedding or
Yeah.
whatever it is,
Crap now.
my child's birth or whatever it is.
Crap now or take a chance later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just telling you, if you've got trouser chili or mud butt case, something like that, taking a chance, it's a gamble.
Well, it's like that one story I said, sugar-free Reese's. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember
So do you
that.
want to chance that 30-mile drive, clenching the whole time and sweating? No. Right? Hey, take care of it.
Didn't you say you had chills up your back too?
Oh, I had the sweats. You know what I mean? I pull up to the front gate and the Air Force cop's like, "Hey man, what's wrong with you?" I said, "Dude, I don't have time to talk. Here's my ID. Let me go.
Yeah.
I'm about to crap myself." And he said, "Yeah, you look like it. Get out of here."
Yeah.
So
it's always like when you get there and you finally make it, it's almost like you got to holler like.
I don't know. Your toes get all curled up on you. And, I don't want to see.
And you do that awkward smile too, like it's called the smiling grunt. You're like, like you're not wanting to smile, but it's forcing you to.
And I don't want to say it's quite orgasmic, but
whoa. Maybe for some people,
but it feels so good.
There's some strange cats out there, man.
It feels good. Right. I mean, everybody knows what we mean. You sit on that pot. Right.
Give it all you got.
Give it all you got. Right. And you let one go and it's just, right. Yeah. Yeah. So, man, that sounded young. Right. There you go. Right. So there you go, folks. Hey, don't wait. Right. There's nothing good comes of it. You know what I mean? Nothing good. Right. So
ever, never, ever, never.
Yeah. Never. Don't gamble on a fart. Right. Because sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey, you're gonna lose.
Yeah. How many times have you been just hanging out with your buddies and one guy's like, "Hey man, check this out." He jumps up to fart and he's like, "Oh," and he's got that look on his face like he just saw a ghost.
I'll be right back. Right.
Yeah. So it was all fun and games. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Anyways, do you have anything else, man?
Oh heck, I don't know. Did we? What else are we gonna talk about?
I don't know, man. It's Christmas. We got some stuff to do, and we just wanted to make sure that everybody had a wonderful Christmas.
Oh yeah.
We wanted to tell them about the new "Twas the Night Before" version.
Yeah, and folks, hey, even if you don't celebrate Christmas, right?
Well, who don't celebrate?
Let me say it like this. I know my family and I, for the longest time, it's Merry Christmas, but we look at it, hey, this is Jesus' birthday, to our family, right? So we make sure, and I was stationed with a guy in Florida, and he was one of the first ones that I remember doing this. We called him John Coffee, big old dude. And if you've seen the Green Mile, you know what I'm talking about, right? John Coffee. So we were stationed with old Stevie, and he'd come in and, if it was, say, the Friday before, if we had like the weekend off for Christmas, right, he'd come through singing happy birthday to you, and he'd sing happy birthday to Jesus.
Sweet.
So I was like, man, that just makes sense, right? Think about, okay, why are we celebrating this? What is the reason? You hear all the time, it's cliche, the reason for the season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, just think about, hey, what are we doing here?
Right.
Why are we doing this? Hey, we're doing it to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ.
Right. And the Bible scholars and all these people have, they don't know for sure if this is the exact day or whatever.
Yeah,
but
and who cares if it is, right?
Right.
What
But
I mean?
but it doesn't matter because your birthday might be on Thursday, but you have your party Saturday. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, because Chuck E. Cheese was full. The day
they didn't have to. You couldn't reserve a day.
Yeah.
But the point is this is the day that we've chosen to celebrate our Lord and Savior's birthday.
Yeah.
And I would encourage people, like when you're in your large gathering, families, whatever, just sit down a moment and make sure everybody understands that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And and I might look like the bad parent, right? And I'll go get this out there. And my daughter hated that I did this. So I don't think we did this with our son, our oldest, but our daughter, she wasn't probably 4, maybe 5 years old, and my wife for the longest time, you know, 2 sis from Santa or whatever, and I used to look at those presents and I'm like, man, Santa didn't buy that, you know, Santa, so we were going to church, and I didn't want my daughter to get the wrong impression, early on, and we were sitting somewhere. I was like, hey, you don't tell a 5-year-old this. I was like, hey, Santa ain't real, right? Mom and Daddy were buying you these things, right?
Yeah, Mom and Daddy worked hard for
But
this
here's
stuff.
the reason why we even celebrate. We don't celebrate Christmas just so we can give you gifts and you can give us gifts and we can, here's the reason why we even do it. Here's the point behind Christmas. Mm-hmm. And then, with the gift, exchanging the gifts and stuff like that. But here's the reason, right? It's because of Jesus' birthday. Mm-hmm. So,
and I, everybody's got their own way of doing it. I never at one point told my kids about Santa or the Easter Bunny or anything like that. Yeah. Told them straight up, hey, and they'd come home from school and be like, hey, these kids are talking about Santa Claus and this, that, and other, and my youngest was like common sense enough we had a kid over right before Christmas one day, and they were talking about Santa coming down the chimney and this, that, and other. Well, my son, I think he wasn't but about maybe 7 at the time. Yeah. He looks at the other kid and goes, we don't even have a chimney.
Yeah. Are we screwed or what?
Yeah, so the other kid's looking around like, then he dawns on him that, wait a minute, maybe there's not, something ain't adding up here.
Yeah.
How's he going to come to your house? Right? So, but he even knew at that age that, I explained to him that, one of the greatest commandments of all time is treat others as yourself, love everyone as yourself. And this is kind of the celebration of that. Yeah. Right, of Jesus' birth, and that we're celebrating that commandment and his birth of saying, hey, we're going to give for this holiday. That's right. So, anywho,
and look, we don't want to bash people that they have 10-year-olds and they still write, and from Santa and cookies are left out and you sneak out and hide them or eat them yourself, and and that kid wakes up and
sees you eating them,
right? Or he went to bed and there's no gifts, and you wake up and there's 37 gifts underneath the tree, and they're all from Santa. And, we're not saying that kid's going to grow up with issues or problems,
Yeah. Well, I mean, the world's different now, right? So it's not, there's a lot of real things going on in the world for a kid to be naive, right? And believe in this and that. Yeah. Let's let them know the real deal from the jump.
Yeah.
You're
right.
Like it might have been cool back in the 50s, whatever. I don't know. It wasn't there, but I know nowadays there's no sense in telling a kid, that some fat man that don't know you is flying around the world.
Yeah.
And
giving presents to everybody in one night.
Yeah, whether they were naughty or nice.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah. That's right.
But anyway, to each his own.
Yeah, sure.
But at some point you gotta let them know the deal.
Yeah.
It's best to tell them the truth from the very start.
Yeah. Keep celebrating Christmas, right? But hey, here's why. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't forget what this holiday season is about.
That's right. Yeah. Well, very good. Well, folks, we hope you have a wonderful day today with your family, with your friends. Right? You're out there celebrating. You're remembering the folks that aren't there with you anymore. Mm-hmm. If you're stuck out on the West Coast, we're sorry that your gathering can only be, 4.5 people or whatever.
Half?
Yeah, I don't know.
How do you get a half?
Well, I don't know.
Somebody on the work program?
One person's got a Zoom call in to the Christmas celebration. Yeah. So
only 5 Zooms. Right?
Yeah, right. So, folks out there. Oh, and it reminded me, you're talking about your all fun and games until. Yeah. I was going to bring up, it reminded me, and if my brother-in-law's listening, hopefully you can play this back for, old P10 there. It reminded me when my nephew, we were all out to eat one time, and, he was trying to walk to the bathroom, right? And he got all stiffened up like a board and just stood there. And
like on his way to the bathroom?
Yeah. Well, he told his daddy, he's like, Daddy, we got to go. And, and my brother-in-law grabbed him, and he was like, you've seen somebody do the plank, right?
Yeah.
Well,
So he planked in midair.
he planked and he was being carried through the restaurant. Yelling, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So
I'm spray farting, Dad.
So, hey, P10, that was for you, man. Hey, we're going to miss you this Christmas, too. So, make sure you tell your brother, hey, we can't make it out there this year, but probably next year. So, P10, he's the best.
Yeah. Well, hey, so Merry Christmas from Spit Cup and Roy. We love you all. Be good to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Be good to each other.
That's it.
Let the Lord be your focus
That's right.
and handle up.
Get it.